Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope that everybody is doing great and ready to learn something new today. Before we start our lesson, let's pray together. Bless God, let your blessing go with me today, and grant that I may be obedient to my teachers and may learn with pleasure whatever I am taught. Amen. Well, you have learned about finding ratios, finding equivalent ratios, and comparing three quantities. Today, we are going to continue our discussion about word problems in ratios. Are you ready? Yay! Let's study happily, kids! Now, please get your mathematics textbook and stationery. Do you still remember the 5-step problem-solving method that you can use to solve the problems? Amazing! First, read the problem carefully. You may read it twice or more to understand it better. The second one, write, highlight, or underline the keyword that you have gathered from the problem. In this case, please underline or highlight the first, the second, and the third word and circle the word too. Next, what should you do in the third step? You can draw a model. If you can solve the problem without drawing a model, you can skip this step. However, if you are told to draw a model, you must draw it. Next, write it in a math expression. The last one, evaluate the math expression and remember to write the sentence. Okay, now let's start our discussion about solving word problems. Please open your math textbook on page 131. Are you ready? Good! Look at try 1 on page 131. Remember, we have to use the 5-step problem-solving method to help us. First, read the problem carefully. Okay, let's read the problem together. Malek baked 12 egg tarts, 15 muffins, and 24 cupcakes. Find the ratio of the number of egg tarts to the number of muffins to the number of cupcakes Malek baked. What are we comparing? Perfect! The numbers of egg tarts, muffins, and cupcakes Malek baked. First, underline the word egg tarts, circle the word to, underline the word muffins, circle the word to, and underline the word cupcakes like this. Egg tarts, muffins, cupcakes. Remember, the order is important when writing a ratio. So, write the quantity of the egg tarts first, which is 12. After that, write the quantity of the muffins, which is 15. The last one is the cupcakes. Write the quantity of the cupcakes, which is 24. The number of egg tarts to the number of muffins to the number of cupcake equals 12 to 15 to 24. Can this ratio be simplified? Yes! What is a common factor of 12, 15, and 24? It is 3. Brilliant! So we divide 12, 15, and 24 by 3 to express the ratio in its simplest form. What is the ratio in its simplest form then? 4 to 5 to 8. Great job! Remember, you have to write the sentence. So the ratio of the number of egg tarts to the number of muffins to the number of cupcakes Malik baked was 4 to 5 to 8. Next, let's learn more about solving a math problem from Try 2 on page 132. First, let's read the question together. Darren and Selby ran a total of 1,000 meters. The ratio of the distance Darren ran to the distance Selby ran was 1 to 4. What was the distance Darren ran? What are we comparing? Fantastic! The distance Darren ran to the distance Selby ran. What is the ratio of the distance Darren ran to the distance Selby ran? It is 1 to 4. Great job! After gathering the information, how can we solve the problem? Fantastic! Draw a model. But before we draw the model, what kind of model should we draw? Amazing! It's a comparison model. How many units should we draw for Darren? 1 unit. Good job. How many units should we draw for Selby? 4 units. Fantastic. What other information can we include in the model? The total distance of Darren and Selby run. That is 1,000 meters. The question is, what was the distance Darren ran? So where should we draw the question mark? Yes, over here. So we have to find the value of 1 unit. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units equals 1,000 meters. So, how can we find the value of 1 unit? Correct! Divide 1,000 by 5. So, what is 1,000 divided by 5? It is 200. Well done! Remember, you have to write the sentence. So, the distance Darren ran was 200 meters. Is it easy to understand? Let's solve another word problem. Could you please open your mathematics textbook on page 134, try 3A, and read the problem? Okay, are you done reading the problem? Good job! What have we gathered from the problem? Great! We know the total amount of money that Mrs. Toh gave to her children. We know the amount of money Amy and James received. We also know that Dennis received the remaining amount. What is not written in the problem? Yes, correct. We do not know the amount of money Dennis received. Question A. How much did Dennis receive? How can we solve it? We can draw a model. What kind of model can we draw? A part-whole model, correct. Why does it have to be a part-whole model? It is because we are given the total or whole and 2 parts, and we need to find the other part. Draw a long bar to represent the total amount of money Mrs. Toh gave and write $900 over here. Then, draw a line here. This one is for Amis, that is $200. Draw another line, and this one is for James, that is $400. The remainder is for the question mark or Dennis. How to find the remainder? Subtract $200 and $400 from $900. Good job! What is the answer? It is $300. Fantastic! Remember, you have to write the sentence. So, Dennis received $300. Question B. Find the ratio of the amount Amy received to the amount James received to the amount Dennis received. Express the ratio in its simplest form. First, underline the amount Amy received. Circle the word to. Underline the amount of James received. Circle the word to. And underline the amount Dennis received. The amount Amy received, the amount James received, and the amount Dennis received. Remember, the order is important when writing a ratio. So, how much did Amy receive? Amy received $200. Fantastic! How about James? James received $400. Correct. The last one is Dennis. How much money did Dennis receive? Dennis received $300. Well done. The amount Amy received to the amount James received to the amount Dennis received equals 200 to 400 to 300. Can this ratio be simplified? Yes. What is a common factor of 200, 400, and 300? 100. Brilliant! So we divide 200, 400, and 300 by 100 to express the ratio in its simplest form. What is the ratio in its simplest form then? 2 to 4 to 3. Great job! Remember, you have to write the sentence. So, the ratio of the amount Amy received to the amount James received to the amount Dennis received was 2 to 4 to 3. Next, let's move to page 137 and learn more about solving a math problem from Try 4A. First, let's read the question together. Mrs. Cho had some flour. She used 800 grams of it to make a shortcake and the rest of it to make a loaf of bread. The ratio of the mass of flour used for the shortcake to the mass of flour used for bread was 4 to 5. How much flour did Mrs. Chu use to make the loaf of bread? What have we gathered from the problem? Great! We know the actual mass of flour Mrs. Chu used to make shortcakes? We know the ratio of the mass of flour used for the shortcake to the mass of flour used for the bread. What is not written in the problem? We do not know the actual mass of flour used for the bread. Look at this. The mass of flour used for shortcake to the mass of flour used for bread equals 4 to 5. This ratio is the ratio of the mass of flour used for the shortcake to the mass of flour used for bread in its simplest form, and we want to know the ratio of the actual mass of flour used for the shortcake to the actual mass of flour used for bread. What is the relationship between 4 and 800? Remember that we can use multiplication or division to find the relationship between 4 and 800. 4 becomes 800, we multiply 4 by 200 and we will get 800. 4 times 200 equals 800. So we multiply the quantity of another amount of the flour by 200 as well. 5 times 200 equals 1000. Remember, you have to write the sentence. So Mrs. Chu used 1000 grams of flour to make the loaf of bread. Let's move to page 141 and do try 5A. At a carnival, the number of adults to the number of girls to the number of boys is 4 to 7 to 9. There are 26 more boys than girls. How many adults are there at the carnival? What have we gathered from the problem? Great! We know the ratio of the number of adults to the number of girls to the number of boys. We also know that there are 26 more boys than girls. How can we solve it? We can draw a model. Good job! What kind of model can we draw? A comparison model. How many units should we draw for the adults? 4 units, correct. How many units should we draw for the girls? 7 units, fantastic. How many units should we draw for the boys? 9 units, amazing. We know that there are 26 more boys than girls. So write down 26 here. The question is, how many adults are there at the carnival? So where should we draw the question mark? Yes, over here. So we have to find the value of 4 units. Look at this. 1, 2. 2 units represent 26 people. So we can write 2 units equals 26. 1 unit equals 26 divided by 2. What is 26 divided by 2? 13. Good job. 4 units. 4 times 13. What is 4 times 13? It is 52. Well done. Remember, you have to write the sentence. So, there are 52 adults at the carnival. Is it easy to understand so far? Well, this is the summary of this lesson. Remember, we have 5-step problem-solving method that you can use to solve math problems. First, read the problem carefully. You may read it twice or more to understand it better. The second step, write, highlight, or underline the keywords you have gathered from the problem. In this case, please underline or highlight the first, the second, and the third word, and circle the word too. The third one, how do you solve it? You can draw a model. If you can solve the problem without drawing a model, you can skip this step. However, if you are told to draw a model, you must draw it. Next, write it in a math expression. The last, evaluate the math expression and remember to write the sentence. To have better understanding about this lesson, please do some practices in your math workbook on pages 123 until 127. Capture your work clearly, convert it into PDF, and send it to me through Google Classroom. If you have any difficulties, you can ask me directly through Google Classroom. Before we end this lesson, let's pray together. Amen. Do your best. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next class. Have a great time.